Okay. Namana comments. Yes, sir. Yourself? Yes.
Thank you. I'm currently received the invitation within 5 minutes ago.
Thank you for the response.
To my understanding, 50 plus 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. 50 to me is the ceiling or the floor. Yeah? So someone who does not get above 50 does not qualify to be the president. So if one gets, like when I was coming in, I heard you say, what happens if the two or so candidates get 250 each? Does any one of these qualify to, which means no one qualifies. So in this case, a 50 is a ceiling, which has to be a benchmark. And for one to qualify to be the president, there must be at least an addition to the 50 to entail that this person has now legally been voted as the president. So a 250 as a benchmark should not qualify one to be the president.
So in our scenario, do we have a president? 500 people have voted. One candidate has got 250 votes. The other candidate has 100. The other candidate has 150. Do we have a president there according to this law? Okay. We don't have voices have become more. Now let's see. Yes, sir.
I'm saying we have a president because if you look at the 500 people have voted,
yes.
And when we talk about 50% plus 1, first the plus 1 is not inclusive if at all there is no rewrite. The plus 1 becomes inclusive if at all there is a break even whereby someone has got maybe 40 something, others maybe the opposition get maybe at least more than 50. You see? Meaning the two candidates had maybe more than 50%. When you have a rewrite, that's where the 50% plus 1 comes in. Meaning a rewrite now will only involve two candidates, and there one has to score 50% plus 1. But where there are 3, if someone gets 50%, then he goes through.
Okay. Yes, sir, in the pink side.
The reason why this thing that we look about 50 plus 1, we are looking at the majority. Here is a population of voters, Zambia and voters, and there are 3 candidates. We are assuming that we can multiply 100 voters. So if you look at that, if someone scores 50, and the summation of the others also is 50, it means there's a 50-50 chance that this person is liked by 50 people and this person also not liked by 50%. So this just at break even does not qualify you to be the president, because our benchmark here is the majority vote. We are looking at a person who is going to be liked by the majority of the population of voters. So this now, what we want to define, what we must define here is that we have got a 50%. But what is this one?
It's one vote.
It's one vote.
It's one vote. Yes.
Just a simple one, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about, say, 250 that qualifies one to have 50%. Then this other 50%, definitely you are not assuming to say this 50% will go to only one person. This person will get a portion, that one will get a portion. Now, are you assuming that this person who gets 21% from the remaining 50%, is he liked by the majority? Not at all. Even the other one who gets 32%, does the majority like him? No. So meaning the one who scores 50%, at least that is a benchmark, is liked.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we are separating the 50 and the 1. I think that's where maybe the misunderstanding is coming in. What the clause is saying is 50% plus 1 vote.
That's the
one,
rule.
yes.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
Whether it's first round, it's second round, or it's 100 millionth round, the rule is the winner must have 50% plus 1 vote.
So let me bring you back to the 500 people scenario. 50% of 500 is 250. Then plus 1 vote, it means the candidate is going to have 251 people, which makes a majority, and that's what the clause means. That's my understanding of the clause.
Absolutely.
That's how it's supposed to be.
So in our scenario, we don't have a president. In our scenario of somebody wins 250 votes, and then these other two, whatever they get, we don't have a president. And by this rule, we must actually get prepared most of the time. It might not be 100% of the time, but we must get prepared most of the time to always have a second round. Yeah. Most of the time we will be going for second rounds, because when we vote the first time, we'll probably have somebody get 40-something%, followed by another person who gets 30-something%, or somebody gets 50%, followed by another person who gets 49.99999%. So we will most of the time be having second rounds. Yeah. So in ascertaining our understanding of this clause, that is established. We understand that it's 50% of the votes plus 1 to make sure that it goes into majority. And then of course the subsequent clauses explain, because maybe even when we do second round, there can be a draw. 2 people they get, especially the second round, since it will always be 2 people. The first round will be many candidates, but the second round will always just be the top 2 who will go to the second round. So when we have the second round, namwe draw, then that's where now Parliament will be called to sit and they cast a secret ballot. If it happens that Parliament namwe 50-50, then the Speaker will be casting a vote. Yeah, so this is the new way of voting for our President. And now it's time for us to indicate by way of voting whether or not this clause should be maintained in the Constitution. Those of us who want this clause to be in the Constitution, let's raise up our hands. Those of us who want this clause to stay in the Constitution, we raise up our hands. Let's keep our hands up so that we get counted. Okay. Those of us who would want it removed from the Constitution, let's raise our hands. Okay, no one. Okay. How many are we? Can we say we have a unanimous? I would want there is no abstention. Really. on this one.
We are 27
Okay.
and 23 have voted that this is.
Who are the
a vote
4?
clause.
The DC. Who are the
The
4?
DC, the heads, the deputy are not here. And as I was counting, I did not raise up my hand.
So,
Okay, for the idea too.
Okay.
So we are 24.
Okay, 24.
we can say unanimously we are saying this article should remain the way it is.
Now, the way this process is going to flow is that there is going to come district convention. From wherever you are, you will be informed, and some of you will be at this district convention. The purpose of this meeting is that the resolutions that we make here, good people, we defend them there at the district convention also. Even from district convention, there will be provincial conventions. The resolutions that we make, we just keep defending them until when the final draft comes out, we open it and we say, we wanted 50% plus 1. Is it there? We tick. This, is it there? We tick. This is, then we will have conducted a productive engagement process. You get what I'm saying? Yes. So, even as we make resolutions here, we must continue, keep our feet moving, our ears to the ground. When time for conventions come, we make sure that we defend these resolutions. If it happens that we are not part of the delegates to the conventions, we will be allowed to lobby the delegates to the conventions to support our views. So let's just play that role. Okay, so 50% plus 1 vote is concluded. We can go to the next topic, which is the running mate. That is Article 107.